Tempted to touch the mic, I promise. Again, my name is David Shapiro, and I too am running for State House Representative for District 70 as a Democrat. I don't know who these two guys here have been following me around for 10 months are, but in 10 days I don't know what I'm going to miss them. It's really great to be here. It's late in the campaign, it's late in the evening. I got more time than I usually do. So indulge me a quick story. I think it's a bipartisan one. A gentleman, a man, has a daughter. The gentleman, by the way, is very conservative. He's a Republican. He's got a daughter who's in college. Maybe some of you heard this, but bear with me. He's got a daughter in college. She's a Democrat. She's very liberal. So the father calls his daughter, and he loves her, even notwithstanding that she's a Democrat, and says, "How you doing, Jenny? How's everything going at school?" "Fine, Dad. I'm working really hard. All I do is study. I never go out. I don't have a boyfriend. I have no activities whatsoever other than study." "Well, how are you doing grade-wise?" "I've got all A's." And he goes, "Well, how's Susie doing, your roommate?" And Jenny says, "She's doing terrible. All she does is party all the time. She dates her boyfriend. She's never around, never studies. I think she's going to get a C, maybe even a D." So the father says, "Well, why don't you go to the dean and say, 'Listen, Dean, take something from my A, give me a B, put the grade back and give it to her so she has at least a C or a B.'" And Jenny says, "No way, Dad. I've worked really hard for those grades." And the father says, "Welcome to the Republican Party." Yes, it's a little bipartisan. At least I understand. All right, so this has been a great race for me. It's been very enjoyable as it winds down. I've learned so much. I've evolved, I believe, as a candidate just because meeting groups and talking to different people. Amazing. We've talked to the Minnesota League of Cities, the county commissioners. We've gone to different organizations, whether it's Sertoma or Kiwanis, and various outings like this. Lots of candidates forums, and everyone, I think it's the last, but there's always just one more. And it's been very exciting. But I come from a different perspective than Doug. I'm a trial lawyer, as it was mentioned, and basically, I've been very fortunate. I've been here about 17 years, and my wife and I, we had 3 kids. She was pregnant with our oldest, and he's 17, so, we had nothing. And Sarasota County has been very good to us. And because of the work I do, which is basically every faction of people, rich, poor, it doesn't matter, I sense what's going on. I see a different perspective. I heard Mr. Buchanan talk about how great things are, and I realized that's not what I'm seeing. I felt pretty comfortable, quite honestly. I had my little island. I was standing on solid ground, but it seemed like everyone around me was either treading water or going under. And that's what brought me to this place. I'm 47 years old. I have a law practice, seems to be doing okay. I have some good people working for me. The family seems behind me, and I thought this is the time. Because, for everyone, there's a decision when you say enough complaining or talking about it or yelling at the TV. You got to do something. You got to step up and walk the walk. And that's where I am, and that's why I'm doing this. And I see a lot of issues, and I heard Doug talk about low taxes and all the surplus, but I see a different state of Florida. To me, if Florida was my home, it'd be like having $100,000 in the bank but nothing in the refrigerator. I understand there's a surplus, but I don't see where it is. You can't drive in our town, just to Venice bypass. Let me put it this way. I went to meet with the Sarasota County officials, and they're complaining that there's not enough money to go around. We're talking transportation, affordable housing, the property taxes. That's a problem. But yet, in education, let's talk about that for a moment. We're ranked in, I think, 49th or 42nd in the union. That's not a good thing. Now, Sarasota's a little different because everyone stepped up on the referendum, but there are problems, and they're large, and they've been ignored, and I want to help. And I think I can help, and that's why I'm in this. I bring hope. For example, the property insurance. Everyone. I don't care what party you're in. I don't care where you live. You have a problem with this insurance situation. Number one, first you're concerned because the price is going up. Then you're concerned because you're not going to get any at all. And that's a real problem. And I've gone to different forums, and it affects so many different industries. The mortgage industry, they're having a problem because they can't write any loans because everyone wants to insure the collateral. We know that. There was a day where you go to the closing of your house, and you forgot to get property insurance. You make a call, it's done. It's a binder, not anymore. Realtors are upset because people are leaving and they can't sell the houses because of insurance. You can't get the insurance. And it's a real problem. We're talking about smart growth. How about no growth? I mean, eventually it's just going to be insurmountable. But it's not yet. It can be fixed. In fact, there are really good proposals out there. You wouldn't know about them because you haven't heard about it. Right now there's a task force that was appointed by Jeb Bush. And basically it's made up of 12 Republicans and 3 Democrats. No surprise there. But there's some Democratic proposals. And the way the legislature is right now, it's a one-party town. And that's not a good thing, no matter what party you're on. This is not a partisan statement. Everything works better when everybody works at it. And that's not what's happening right now. And the reason why I got in great part, is because I really believe that at this point, the Florida legislature, to me, seemed like just the political arm of the Florida Chamber of Commerce. Instead of treating us like citizens or human beings, we were more like consumers or units, profit units. Instead of governing like humanitarians, more like CEOs. And that's why I decided to get in. And I think that something has to be done. I mean, let's talk about other issues. Well, your issue, the mobile home park and what Nancy Teeter attempted to do. I remember, I followed that story very carefully. What was really amazing to me is how hard she fought. I went to the forums and I saw Senator Bennett, I saw Nancy Teeter talk about it. In the end, when it failed, her comments were, and I believe it was very diplomatic for her, because as everyone knows, she's a very straight shooter. She goes, well, people came up from the mobile home parks and they saw how the system works, and it stinks. And I thought to myself, that was very diplomatic, because in fact, the system is fine. If you have checks and balances and people are working to solve problems and are going across party lines and trying to get the best of everyone's ideas, it works just fine. Sometimes the people within the system aren't working too great. So, 2 minutes, almost perfect. I appreciate this opportunity to answer the questions, as Doug mentioned. And I just wanted to give you a little background about myself and why I came to this place. I had no intention of being a career politician. I just felt I had to get into the ring, so to speak. And it's been a great experience. We're coming down to the championship rounds. It's almost over, so I look forward to your questions, and I thank you all very much.